Okay, so the next topic is we have to calculate the volume using the double integration. Now, when we started this double integration concept, I've already told you that this double integration of some function f of x y over the over the given region, say dx and dy, here would be the limits of x and here would be the limits of y. So this would obviously give you volume of the given surface. Now what is your given surface? That is f of x comma y over the region A. So if I write instead of these limits A, so over this region A we are calculating the volume of this given surface. Physically or geometrically, what does it mean? Suppose this is our coordinate system x, y, and suppose this is our region A. Now we are given some surface f of xy, so it would be in 3-dimension space. Here this z coordinate would represent your surface, right? So it would have all these points. Now this surface bounded by this region would be something like this. So that means whatever is this volume, that is the volume we are calculating using this double integration. So this is the meaning of calculation of volume using this double integration. This we already know. This is one method to calculate the volume, method 1. Another method to calculate volume of the given surface is using triple integration. It is using triple integration. Now, how do you calculate the area of the of the given surface using triple integration? It is very simple. Now you take triple integration of the function f of x, y, z, dx, dy, dz, and here are the given values of the limits of x, y, z, whatever. Now, but instead of this f, x, y, z, what we are doing, we are taking this to be equal to 1. So if you take this equal to 1, so that means this quantity give you the volume of the given surface, where the given surface is represented very well using the given limits. So you specifically define your limits and then you will be able to calculate the volume. So for the time being, let us discuss how can you obtain volume when using this double integration. And for this triple integration, we will see in few more days, in few more lectures, how can we calculate this triple integration and how can we obtain the corresponding volume. So here in this case, let us discuss this question. They are asking, find the volume. So the question is, find the volume of the prism whose base is the triangle, in the xy plane bounded by the x-axis and the lines y is equal to x and x is equal to 1, and whose top lies in the plane z is equal to 3 minus x minus y. So this is the question. So now look carefully at the statement of this question. Here what we are asked, we are to calculate the volume. Volume of what? Volume of the prism whose base is the triangle in the xy plane bounded by these two lines. These three lines, right? So let us first draw the base for this particular prism. So this is your x-axis, this is y-axis. Now one thing that they have given is x-axis. So this is this, one line is this, another line is x is equal to 1. So suppose here the value is 1, so that means this would be the line x is equal to 1, and the other point y is equal to x. So this is the line passing through origin, and say this point is also equal to 1, so this point is 1 comma 1. Yes, so the line would pass through these 2 points. So now what is the prism? What is the area of the prism? This is the area of the prism. So now they are saying we have to calculate the volume. How can we calculate this volume? Whenever this surface from the lower side, it is bounded by this area of this prism, and on the top, from the top, it is bounded by this particular plane, z is equal to 3 minus x minus y. So that means here, suppose this is the z-axis. So in this z-axis, there would be some surface here, right? What is the name of the surface? Z is equal to 3 minus x minus y. This is the equation for the given surface. So within this, from the top, it is bounded by this surface. So that means, suppose this is the top portion of this surface. So we have to calculate the volume only which is bounded below by this and above by this. So basically we are looking for something like this. So this particular volume in 3 dimension, it is obviously in 3 dimension, otherwise it would be very difficult. In 2 dimension it is very difficult to visualize this thing. So it is something like a prism stretched upwards, right? So the volume, this volume we are required to calculate. Okay, so for the volume, what we have to do, we have to take the double integration of the function. Now here the function is given to be z, right? Dx and dy over the given area. What is the given area? This is the given area, this area of the prism. So let us calculate this volume. It would be equal to, now for calculating the volume, firstly we'll substitute what is our given surface. The surface is this 3 minus x minus y and dx and dy. So that means if I am writing dx dy, so that means I am writing the limits of x first and then the limits of y. Now what would be the limits of x? For that I have to draw this horizontal line over here. When I draw this horizontal line, so I will look at this lower value and this upper value for x, because here on this line x is changing. So what is the lower value of x here? So it would be according to this line. The line is x, y is equal to x. So your x is equal to y here. And the upper value of x here, the value of x is equal to 1 according to this line. So this limit is equal to 1 here. And within this region, from here to here, what is the value of y? The lower value of y is 0 and the upper value of y at this point is equal to 1. So your limits are equal to 0 and 1 here. Now notice that we only have the variable x and y here, and no z is present. So that is why, that is how you can calculate the correct integration. Okay, so let us first compute this much part. So integration y from 0 to 1 as such, dy as such, and then the integration with respect to x. So here we will keep y constant. So 3x minus x square by 2 minus xy, and the limits here would be x varying from the lower limit y and the upper limit 1. So when you substitute this, you will have integration from 0 to 1 of y. This is equal to 3 minus 1 by 2 minus y. This is the upper limit, and the lower limit, when you substitute in place of x, y. So it would be 3y minus y square by 2 minus y square and dy. Okay, so now you can perform the integration with respect to y. So it would be 3y minus y by 2 minus y square by 2 and then minus 3y square by 2 plus y cube by 6 plus y cube by 3, and then you can substitute the limits y varying from 0 to 1. So when you substitute the upper and lower limit and then you simplify this a bit, what will you have? Your answer as equal to 1. So the volume here is equal to 1 units, cubic units in fact, right? Because whatever is the unit in x direction, you have the unit of volume as the cube of that particular unit. So I hope this is clear to you.